for sure there's gonna be one. I call out the players by their first name. Sure am glad I made it to the game. Rain or shine, I'm gonna be there. If the stands are full, I'll bring a lawn chair. So join me down at the old ballpark. I'll be rooting for the Hays Larks. Hays Larks! So join me down at the old ballpark. I'll be rooting for the Hays Larks.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to game number 33 of the 2019 Hays Larks season. This is game one of a two-game series against the Denver Cougars. It's Nash Neff on the bump. His first delivery, a fastball, catches the outside part of the plate, 0-1. This is Carson Ackerman on the call. You're tuned in to Larks Network. I'm joined here with Larks players Brooke Brandon and Matt Cavanaugh. How you guys doing?
I'm thrilled to be up here. Glad for Nash to go ahead and get in the count. And down already 0-2. A lot better start than great start.
Yeah, I'm doing good too, Carson. Thanks for having me on the set today.
Hey, we're glad to have you with us. It's an 0-2 count on the leadoff hitter, Frankie Sheeran, the left fielder. What do you guys want from Nash and expect from Nash in tonight's ball game?
Oh, I just think he needs those strikes. You know, he's struggled on the year, thrown a lot of balls. But if he can find the zone, then we're good.
Yeah, once he starts feeling confident on the mound, his stuff is just amazing. It's just all about the confidence on the mound. Whenever he starts throwing strikes, he's pounding the zone. His curveball, he can throw for a strike, and then he starts being more successful up there.
He'll deliver from the stretch to the righty Sheeran. This one, a fastball misses a little bit high, 1-2, nobody out, nobody on. Defensively for your Larks, it's Jace Armstrong making his first appearance. He's in left field. Drake Andron in center, Sutherland in right, Belbin at first base, Justin Lee at second, DeLeon at shortstop, Palmer Hutchinson in the hot corner, his first game in Summer League, and Mikey Gangwish behind the plate, and it's a strikeout for Nash Neff, his 14th on the year. One away.
That's a good pitch right there by Nash. Setting him up with that high fastball to go to a curveball right there.
So it's up now to Blake being the center fielder. He's from Farmington. He's from Farmington Hills, Michigan. Played at Kalamazoo in Michigan. 0-1, one away, nobody on.
Yeah, we got some new faces for the Larks. Third baseman and a new left fielder. We're kind of short-staffed right now with a lot of injuries. Pitchers are throwing a lot. So Carson, I don't really know who's all joined the team, but looks like we got some new faces out there.
We got Brock Loomis. He's going to his senior year at Hays High. He's on the bench along with Trey Riggs. Palmer Hutchinson at third base. He just graduated from Hays High. He's headed to Kansas City Cannons Community College. And Jace Armstrong in left field. He's joining Drake Andron and Ryan Reuter at Fort Hays this fall, graduating from Cloud County Community College. Neff has a 1-2 count to Bean. This
Good
one.
pitch.
And it's back-to-back strikeouts, number 14 and 15 on the season. Now there's two away.
Number 7, Jackson Gordon.
Like I said, if he can just fill up the zone, that curveball's good enough to get a lot of strikeouts tonight.
11 runs came across and against him in his last start. 4 of those were earned, and that was through an inning of work. Looking better tonight. 2 batters up, 2 strikeouts. One and 0 is the count to Jackson Gordon, the third baseman from Omaha, Nebraska. It's a swing and a foul tip back into the glove of Gangwish, 1-1. 2 away on deck is the cleanup hitter, Carter Pennington. Due up for the Larks in the bottom half of this inning, it's Andron followed by Divis, Lee, and Gangwish. Larks went 1-1 last time against the Cougars in that 2-game series to start the year. This is another called strike, 1-2.
Filling up the zone, that's what we like to see from him.
Nash throws a slider and a fastball. Using to his array, we saw Rustin Hayes advance to 4-2 last night, the knuckleballer, and it's 3 strikeouts for Nash Neff as we head to the bottom of the first here on Larks Network. Bottom of the first we go. Drake Andron is leading off against the pitcher, Justin Quinn. Andron comes in this one leading the entire league in hits. He's a speedy center fielder, been the leadoff hitter all season for the Larks. What can we expect from here from Mr. Andron and Brooke?
Oh, you can always expect a bunt, but I think he's been pretty good with the leadoff spot this year. Hits some balls up the middle, get on base. That's why he's there.
It's 1-0 after he does show bunt and pulls back. We've seen a lot of pitchers this season, several of them position players. Brooke Brandon, Matt Cavanaugh, both of those. Cavanaugh has thrown for 4 innings, Brandon for 2, no earned runs from either of them. How's it feel to have a perfect ERA?
Being a position player and doing good on the mound is something crazy. You don't really get many opportunities to go on the mound, especially in college baseball when you're just a position player. So it's just a lot of fun being able to go on the mound and perform well, especially for your team.
So it's a 1-1 count to Andron. Quinn delivers this one high. It's 2-1. Larks wearing their home white vest with the red lettering, red sleeves. Denver bringing their white pants, white unis with some gray stripes. It's 2-1 to Andron. Quinn will deliver from the windup. He's a righty, delivery to the left-handed hitting Andron. It's a hitter's count. Andron batting .360 on the season, 23 RBIs, 49 hits, 61 total bases. On deck is Divis, a teammate of Cavanaugh at UTA, and in the hole, Justin Lee, tonight's starting second baseman. Quinn goes from the windup again, the 3-1. At the eye levels of Andron, it's a walk for him, leadoff base runner, walk number 17 on the season. Andron has 22 stolen bases this season, hasn't been caught once. Do either of you guys expect him to take off early?
Oh, absolutely. This pitcher, watched him in the bullpen and looked like he was all over the place. So he might get lucky here and throw one away. So he might not need to.
So now to Wyatt Divis, tonight's designated hitter. Divis comes into this one batting .286, 23 RBIs, 24 total bases. Cavanaugh, you played with him at UTA. You guys share a host family here. What can we expect from Divis tonight?
Div's big power hitter guy. Can spray the ball to any part of the field. He's been getting a lot of hard contact just right at people. Just unlucky as part of game of baseball, but expect him to piece the ball up here. Probably take a couple pitches to begin with after that at-bat with Drake, with him being all over the place, but expect him to hit the ball hard somewhere.
The first delivery to him misses outside, 1-0. Divis from Lincoln, Nebraska, played at Hutch Community College, where Max McGuire was playing at. Both of them from Nebraska. After being a product of Hutch, Divis took his talents to Arlington, playing for the Mavericks. 1-0. Andron takes off. The throw is not going to be nearly in time. It's stolen base number 23 on the season, and there's a runner in scoring position with nobody out. Drake Andron's family is here. His mom, Jenny Williams, is here. His sister, Drew Andron, and his grandfather, Skipper Williams, and grandmother, Sylvia Williams, all in attendance tonight. 1-1 to Divis. This one in the turf. Andron's stutters over there at the shortstop spot almost. We'll head back to second base. 2-1 now to Divis.
Camera doesn't like you tonight, Carson.
No, sir. This 2-1 delivery misses low. It's off the turf, and Andron's going to be into third base safely. No throw.
Great read right there by Drake, seeing the ball down and advancing on that.
Yep, doing what he does best.
So now it's back-to-back hitters counts for the Larks to start this game. The 3-1 delivery, righty to lefty. Divis takes this one right above the letters. There's runners on the corners. Back-to-back walk to start this one.
Kind of weird to see a 3-1 off-speed pitch when you're struggling to find the strike zone.
So now to Justin Lee, tonight's 3-hole.
Second baseman, number 9, Justin Lee.
The batting order for your Larks is Lee at the 3 spot, Gangwish and cleanup, Sutherland, the beverage batter, batting 5th, Belbin 6th, followed by De Leon, Jace Armstrong, and Palmer Hutchinson rounding out the order. Lee leads the league in RBIs and total bases. The first delivery to him, a breaking ball, misses low. Rick Brandon's predictions proving to be correct. Little wild, Quinn on the bump. One and 0 to the Angelo State commits. Quinn delivers from the stretch. This one in the left-hander's batter's box, 2-0. The 1-0 count becomes a 2-0 after a pitch off the turf. 2-1, another one in the turf, 3-0.
And we can see they already got somebody warming up in the bullpen.
You heard it there from the man with the golden glove himself.
Golden Glove, that's pretty good honor right there, isn't it, Matt?
I wouldn't be calling myself Golden Glove right now.
3 straight walks to start the game for the Larks, and the bases are loaded with nobody out for the cleanup hitter, the power-hitting catcher, Mikey Gangwish. Gangwish comes into this game batting .270, 89 at-bats, 24 hits, has scored 35 times. He leads the team in walks with 31.
Calling a grand slam right here, Carson. Calling it.
We've seen 2 grand slams this season, one off the bat of Justin Lee and one off the bat of George Sutherland. The first delivery here to Gangwish in the zone, called strike 1.
Good matchup right here for Mikey. I think he can do something big, break the game open right here.
In game 1 of the Dodge City series, we were in the bottom of the first and the bases were loaded for George Sutherland. He hit a grand slam. That was just 2 nights ago. 1-1. On first base is Lee Divis at second. Andron at third. On deck is Sutherland in the hole, Belbin. This 1-1 delivery. Quinn will go from the windup, and Gangwish turns on it, sends it over to first base. Pennington gets it, throws past the glove of Reinders. Andron scores 1. Divis comes around to throw to the third base. Gordon over his head, and Lee's going to come around to score with a little bit of a hobble. He looks hurt, which the Larks can't afford right now, but it's a 3-0 ball game. So clearing the bases on what could have been a double play, Mikey Gangwish picks up RBIs on the season, numbers 17, 18, and 19.
Any way to take some runs, we'll take them.
Justin Lee heads to the dugout, wobbling. Coaching staff going to check him out. So we have a mound meeting early, and we're going to take a quick pause while things get figured out and be right back here on Larks Network. Oh, counts, runner at second base with nobody out to George Sutherland. It's still Quinn on the bump. He delivers to the left-handed hitting New Yorker. First one runs inside, 1-0. Bottom of the first, Gangwish just cleared the bases, reaching on an error. 2 errors on that one play, and it's a 3-0 ball game. Nash Neff got the side retired on all strikeouts. And the top of this inning, we'll see him back for the top of the second. There is somebody up and moving in the bullpen. It's Christian Piercy. Doubt he'll come in anytime soon.
Yeah, I think Christian's just working on a bullpen. I know he's coming off an injury and just trying to get back from that injury.
3-0 with nobody out. This one almost catches Sutherland. He'll walk 4 walks with still nobody out in the bottom of the first. So now to Jared Belbin, the Australian first baseman. Sutherland's at first. Gangwish is at second base, and that was Sutherland's 19th walk on the year. On deck is De Leon. In the hole is Jace Armstrong. Larks saw Jace Armstrong in Clearwater when he was playing for the Outlaws. First delivery to Belbin off speed in the zone 0-1. One with still nobody out. This is the 6th batter of this inning. 4 walks and an error that Gangwish reached on. All batters have seen first base. This one is called strike 2 on Belvin. Quinn composed himself, throwing strikes here.
Pretty day here at Larks Park. Good crowd as always.
It's a little bit toasty out here. Wind blowing strong in from center field. See how that affects fly balls in the outfield. Belbin sends this one a little blooper over to the left side, and Sheeran gets under it for the first out of this inning. So now to Jimmy De Leon, the shortstop. JDL comes into this game batting .343 with 44 total bases and 17 RBIs, 31 runs scored. On deck, Jace Armstrong, the new guy in the hole. The other new guy, Palmer Hutchinson. One away, 1 hit for the Larks. The scoreboard reads, I believe that to be incorrect. Gangwish reached on there. Called strike 1 on De Leon.
This guy seems to be about 75% off speed, 25% fastball. He's not throwing a whole lot of them.
Not a lot of strikes either.
0-1. Steve Sedbrick, the Larks' first base coach. Frank Leo, head coach and third base coach. This one, a breaking ball misses low, 1-1 with 1 away. Quinn checks over at Gangwish, delivers from the stretch. De Leon sends this one past the glove of Pennington into right field. Gangwish is sent home. He's hauling in the throw from Leifer, pulls the catcher Wood away. It's an RBI for JDL, run scored for Mikey Gangwish.
I think Jimmy was sitting off speed there. Nice approach when he saw a fastball take it to right center or right field.
Sutherland heads to second base. De Leon's at first for Gangwish. That was the 36th time he's touched home plate this season, and for De Leon, RBI number 18. So now to the 8-hole, Jace Armstrong from Cloud County. He's headed to Fort Hays State University. He'll be familiar with this field playing for the Tigers.
First at bat with the Larks. Hope it goes well.
His first delivery, he watches this one all the way back to the catcher's glove, 0-1. This is Carson Ackerman on the call. You're tuned into Larks Network. I'm joined here with Brooke Brandon and Matt Cavanaugh, Larks players on the DL. 0-1, the delivery. It's a swing and a miss. Sutherland's going to head to third. De Leon to second. 2 in scoring position, 0-2. Sutherland's tonight's beverage batter. No half-price drinks, even though he got on base, reaching on a walk. And 2 was still only 1 away. The delivery, it's a check swing. Did they say he went? And they're going to say he did. It's a 3-pitch strikeout for Jace Armstrong for out number 2. So now to the 9-hole bottom of the order, Palmer Hutchinson in his first at-bat in Summer League action. Just graduated from Hays High School here. And Hays had the opportunity to announce for him through his last 2 years of high school for the Hays High Indians. He's headed to Kansas City, Kansas Community College. It's De Leon at second, Sutherland at third. Off speed, Palmer reads well, sends it to left field, and it's going to drop in front of Shear. First at bat, first RBI, and first hit on 1 pitch. And the Larks have now batted around as we head to the top of the order. Drake Angeron.
Welcome to Hays.
Angeron at the plate. He walked in the first, came around to score on Gangwish. His air reaching, runners on the corners with 2 away. It's a 5-0 ball game here in the first. Quinn on the bump still. He'll go from the stretch. The second look at Angeron, the delivery in the turf off the protector of Wood, and Hutchinson advances to second base. That was the second hit of the ball game for the Larks off the bat of Hutchinson.
Well, Carson, I know it's usually you asking us the questions, but I'm about to ask you a question. Is it kind of tough to allow some college ball players to come in the booth unexperienced? Is it kind of a good feeling that we may mess up the broadcast? How do you feel about it?
As this one races outside, it's 2-0. I'm glad to have guests up here on the mic. I would be a little appreciative, Brooke, if you would speak up.
I don't think you fully answered the question.
Well, my answer, I enjoy having you guys up here. We like getting players' perspectives. Not to worry about you guys messing up a broadcast. I've done that a few times to myself this season already.
Well, it's an honor to be up here. You do a great job. And my minor is actually probably going to be communications broadcasting, so it's great to learn from someone that's experienced.
An expert, actually.
So it's Angeron's second walk of the first inning, and coming out of the dugout is the Cougars head coach, Mark Cirillo. And the bases are loaded with 2 away. We're going to take a quick pause here on Larks Network. Bottom of the first, still bases are loaded for Wyatt Divis, tonight's designated hitter. He walked in the first. On third base is Jimmy DeLeon. On second, Palmer Hutchinson. On first, Drake Andron. Matt, you played with Divis at UTA. What do you want to see from your teammate here?
I want to see a grand slam from him, but anyway, he can get some RBIs right here is what's going to be good for the team.
Already 5 runs scored for the Larks on just 2 outs, and new pitcher is Gabe Austin from Centennial, Colorado, played at Metro State. 1-0.
It's like a pretty big guy. Ball's probably going to come out his hand pretty firm.
This delivery outside. Two and 0 now to Divis. Divis having himself a solid season, looking to add to it here. He has the bases loaded with 2 away. This delivery above the letters, 3-0. Cougars in danger of walking in another run, making it a 6-0 ball game. This one misses outside. It's a 4-pitch walk in a 6-0 game. RBI for Divis on the season, number 24.
What'd you think, Matt? I think if he'd have got a pitch, he probably would have hit a grand slam.
Oh, I 100% agree.
Great at bat right there by Wyatt Divis.
Now batting for the Larks, the second baseman, number 9, Justin Lee.
So bases are loaded with 2 away for Justin Lee, a 6-0 ball game. And Lee's first at bat, he also walked. This delivery to him catches the outside part of the plate on a slider, 0-1.
Feel free to ask me and Matt some questions. I know it's a long game, and sometimes we run out of stuff to say, so ask away.
0-1, this delivery in the zone, 0-2 quick. Two away, the base is loaded. The delivery to the guy who leads the league in total bases is a swing and one sent over left field on a line drive. Sharon gets to it, but not before Palmer Hutchinson scores. The throw is cut off by Mojica, and it is a 8-0 ball game. So Lee adding to his league-leading RBI total. He now has 38. Scoring Palmer Hutchinson, his first run scored this season, and Andron's second run scored in just this inning.
I'd say Justin's having a pretty good summer so far.
So now to Gangwish, the cleanup hitter, after a single.
That's what happens when you walk a lot of people in an inning. I mean, we only have 3 hits this inning, and we have 8 runs. Walks kills you as a pitcher and as a defense.
Honestly, as a defender, you kind of bored out there, and when a ball's hit at you, you just don't feel 100% with it. So that's what causes a lot of errors and causes these drug-out innings.
0-1. It's been almost a 20-minute bottom of the first. The delivery to Gangwish checks his swing, fouls it off. It's 0-2. Talking about walks hurting a pitcher, Brooke Brandon, you've pitched 2 innings this season, no walks and no earned runs. Has that been the key to your success through your first 6 outs?
I would say yes. As a pitcher in high school, you really didn't have the greatest defense behind you because it was hard to get 8 guys behind you that were premier defenders. But so I focused on really just filling up the strike zone and making them work to get better. And as a pitcher and as a defender, all you do is want to throw strikes because you know how bored it can get when you start throwing balls.
Talking about premier defensive players in high school, Matt Cavanaugh, 2-time All-District Defensive Player of the Year at the shortstop spot in Keller, Texas. Matt, how you feel about it?
I take that with pretty good honor. I'm pretty much known for my defense at UTA and in high school, so I love defense, love ground balls. Just flashing the leather is just one of my favorite things about being on a baseball field.
This kid can hit a little too. I think this is the team that you started the year off 4 for 4 with a home run in the first bat of the year. I know that felt pretty good.
Yeah.
2-2 with two-way now becomes a full count. Cavanaugh had that 4 for 4 game against the Cougars in Game 1. Had a post-game interview that you can catch on the Larks Twitter. And while you're there, make sure you follow the Larks on Twitter and Facebook and subscribe on YouTube.
Yeah, I told Michael Wong I was going to hit 1 home run this year, and it was my first at-bat, and ever since then, 0 home runs. I'm a 1 home run every summer type of guy.
This one's grounded over to the right side and foul.
Yeah, I've not arrived in Hays yet for the summer, and I get on Twitter and check how the game went, and I see a post-game interview with Matt, and I'm like, wow, this kid must be a stud, and and so I get here, and he's flashing the leather a little bit. He can hit, so I'm glad to be up here by him, get to spend the summer with him.
That was cute.
The payoff pitch, and it's a strikeout from Gangwish. They're going to say it's fouled, actually. My bad.
What's up, buddy? Got a little fan here interacting with us up in the press box.
On deck is Sutherland, the whole Belbin. Lars have batted around. This is Gangwish's second at bat, and he's the cleanup hitter. Gangish will get another payoff pitch here from the stretch. Austin delivers. And it's a walk for Gangwish, his first one of this inning. He leads the team in walks. So now the bases are loaded with 2 away to George Sutherland.
George hit a grand slam the other night. Matt, you want to make the call again?
I'm looking for a grand slam right here from George.
Number 8, George Sutherland.
He'll get his first pitch and his first look at Gabe Austin. Played at Cochise College. He's taken his talents to Eastern Missouri, joining St. Louis. 2 away. The delivery to him misses outside 1-0. It's Divis at third base, Lee at second, and Gangwish at first base. He sends this one over the right side on a hard line drive, but it's going to be about 10 feet foul of the right field line. 1-1.
Well, Carson, this is one of the longest first innings I've ever been a part of.
We had a long first inning against Park City when Nash Neff was on the mound. Gladly, change of fate here. Larks find themselves up 8-0 in the first.
And that was one of the more fun games I've ever played in. Down 11-0 and come back and win, 18-11? It was a lot of fun.
We were headed to the bottom of the first. Steve Sedbrook got ejected. And then Larks were down 11-0. They scored 12 unanswered and won at 18-12. Brooke Brandon and Matt Cavanaugh both on the bump that game. It's 1-1 now on Sutherland. Brandon, in that game, you picked up the win. How's it feel to be undefeated?
Oh, well, considering it's my only outing, pretty good. I think I may end my career on a win and 2 shutout innings. So
Sutherland sends this one to center field for out number 3. It was a
missed that grand slam right there.
Long bottom of the first, and we're going to head to the second inning here on Larks Network. Larks leading the Cougars 8-0.
Jacob. Excuse me. The first baseman.
Top of the second we go here on Larks Network. Neff returning to the mound after a long first inning. Larks find themselves 8 run in the bottom of the first. They're up 8-0 against the Denver Cougars. Neff struck out the first 3 batters he faced in the first. Now with strikeouts number 14, 15, and 16. And count is 1-0. After a long inning on the bump, or a long inning in the dugout after being on the bump, does that throw your momentum off as a pitcher?
It might, but I believe in Nash, and I think he can come back and fill up the zone again.
Oh, Jimmy.
I can play Jimmy. Yes, sir.
Jimmy out there with a beautiful play, flashing the letter at the shortstop spot, and it is out, number 1 here in the second inning.
Coming for your spot, Matt.
He's probably better than me.
Now batting for the Cougars, the right fielder, number 19. Jacob.
Jimmy's a great ball player. Flashes the leather, too. And he's been hitting real well this summer.
So 1 away, nobody on to the 5-hole Jacob Leifer. Leifer from Denver, Colorado, plays at Ellsworth, Iowa Community College. Comes an 0-1 count. Neff looking good on the bump tonight. He gets set on the rubber. He'll deliver this one in. 0-1 is a fastball in the zone called strike 2.
Doesn't look like that long inning hurt him too much.
No, sir, it doesn't. On deck, Brody Marino and the whole Darren Wood. This delivery, a slider, a pretty breaking ball that baits Leifer in the swing, and strikeout number 4 through 5 outs for Nash Neff. So now to Marino, the DH. It's from Castle Rock, Colorado, played at South Mountain, Arizona Community College. 2 away, nobody on. On deck is Darren Wood, the catcher. Catcher tonight is Mikey Gangwish after Max McGuire got the start behind the plate last night. Gangwish was the DH, 0-1. Pennington started this inning off, grounding out to De Leon. Leifer just struck out, and this 0-1 delivery is called ball 1, 1-1, 2 away. Scoreboard here reads 1-0 count with 2 away, nobody on. This one misses outside, ball 2. Larks fans, if you have any questions for Brooke Brannon or Matt Cavanaugh, make sure you drop them in the comment section below. I'm not a professional interviewer, and we love having your guys' input on these broadcasts.
And we love the questions.
2-0 count with 2 away. Neff on the rubber. He delivers. This one's popped back over the net, over the grandstand, over the press box, out of play. 2-1. Marino, the DH tonight for the Cougars. The 2-2 misses. Scoreboard now reads a full count. In game 1 of the 2-game series to start the season, Larks won 12-1. Cavanaugh went 4 for 4, driving in 2. Justin Lee drove in 4 runs through 4 at-bats, and Marino pops this one over the left side. Hutchinson gives chase. It's over, and the Larks fan pavilion by the concession stand out of play. So Neff will get another payoff pitch. Due up for the Larks, it's Belbin, followed by De Leon and Armstrong. Neff, the payoff pitch, misses high. It's his first base runner of the ballgame on a walk. Walk number 16 on the year. So now to the 7-hole, Darren Wood, the catcher on deck. Hunter Reinders in the hole, Angel Mojica. The first delivery from Neff is sent hard over the left side and out of play, 0-1.
That's a strike.
Just a long foul ball, that's all it is.
0-1 with two-way runner on first. Neff gets set. He's a righty delivering to the righty here. Throws a fastball and a slider. This one is a slider that bounced on the green part of the turf, 1-1. Larks won game 1 against the Cougars 12-1 in that 2-game series. They dropped game 2 9-12.
I know Divis slid into home plate the other day and kind of messed his leg up. I'm not really sure which part, but it looks like we got some new turf down there around home plate. You think that's the case?
It's 2-1. Two and one with 2 away.
Looks like it to me. My partners didn't really think so.
It's a hitter's count for Wood. Three and 1, 2 away runner on second base. The 3-1 delivery, a swing and one hit over the right side. Sutherland goes back. He's going to make the catch on the warning track for out number 3, and we're going to head to the bottom of the second. Larks leading the Cougars 8-0. You're tuned into Larks Network. Bottom of the second we go. Leading off is Jared Belbin. He flew out to Sheeran for the first out of the bottom of the first. Larks leading the Cougars 8-0. This is Carson Ackerman on the call. You're tuned in to Larks Network. On deck is De Leon in the hole, Jace Armstrong. Belbin, a lefty. He's facing off against the righty, Austin. The delivery to him. This one catches the bottom part of the zone, 0-1. Belbin comes into this one, batting .290, 43 total bases and 23 RBIs. He finds himself in a 1-1 count. Nobody out, nobody on. This delivery runs inside on Bellman, 2-1. Larks fans, make sure you follow the Larks on Twitter and Facebook. Subscribe on YouTube. This delivery to Bellman's grounded over the right side, 2-2.
When have you been over? I came with me today. I had to go get my wallet. Between PP and Sage dropped me up there.
Due up for the Cougars in the third inning. Reinders, Mojica, and Sheeran. Larks scored 8 in the bottom of the first. Still nobody out. Belbin, the leadoff hitter, checks his swing. This one misses. Is a full count. You heard Matt Cowan on Brooke Brand. The first are on break right now. They'll be back on the mic. It's a full count. Austin will deliver the payoff pitch to Belbin. This one misses outside. First time Belbin's reached tonight. Leadoff base runner.
He just turned 2 and Bo's 10. Both of them have birthdays this month. And Labradoodle's,
Tonight's bat boys are Carson and Easton Dinner.
I just got his haircut. It was real long.
So now to Jimmy De Leon, singled in the first, came around to score.
Now batting for the Larks, shortstop, number 4, Jimmy De Leon.
De Leon picked up run number 32 on the season. He's batting over 340. He's been hit by a pitch 2 times, walked 19. For J-Rod, that was walk number 20. He has a good-sized lead at first, and he takes off. This one almost catches De Leon's jersey. Belbin's going to be in there safely. Runner in scoring position. Belbin's stolen base number 13. He's been caught once this year. He's in scoring position with nobody out. A 1-0 count on De Leon. A 1-0. This one catches the bottom inside part of the corner, 1-1. 1-1 with nobody on. Excuse me, nobody out. Runner in scoring position on deck. Armstrong in the hole. Hutchinson. This one misses inside. Righty to righty, 2-1. Three hits for the Larks in the bottom of the first. 8 runs scored. This one misses outside and high. It's a hitter's count for De Leon. And Brooke Brandon and Matt Cavanaugh back on the call. If you have any questions, make sure you drop them in the YouTube comment section. We'll get them answered here live on Larks Network. The payoff, not the payoff pitch, the hitter's count delivery misses inside. It's a walk for De Leon, his first of the night. Second time he's reached base.
Glad to be back. I missed you.
Thank you.
Now batting for the Larks, the left fielder, number 17.
So now to Jace Armstrong, struck out on 3 pitches in the first. Still nobody out. We're in the 8 hole. Larks batted around and then some in the first. Gabe Austin delivers this one. But check on a stolen base for Belbin. Now there's runners on the corner. Stolen base for Belbin, number 21.
Mr. Dennis Dale is the lone comment of the night. Matt, I heard you say that was your grandfather?
Yes, that's my grandpa. Shout out Poppy from North Carolina. Love you.
Correction, stolen base number 14. Shout out to Dennis Dale. Runners on the corners. The delivery to Armstrong is fouled off, 1-1. It's Belbin at third, DeLeon at first. Belbin stolen 2 bases this inning, reached on a walk to lead it off, stole second, while DeLeon was at the plate and now stealing third. What's up? Two and one.
Is this the most fans you've seen interact with us today up in the broadcasting booth?
I think so, but it's been a lot of fun, and we love interactions and love the community here in the Larks organization.
It's all because of you, Matt.
I think it's because of you.
2-1 is popped over to the left side. It's shallow. Sheeran calls off Mojica and makes the catch right behind the shortstop spot. 1 away.
A little bit of a run for left fielder there. I'm surprised shortstop let him have that. I think it was about 5 steps from where he was standing.
So now, bottom of the order now to Palmer Hutchinson. He singled and drove in 1 in the bottom of the first. There's 1 away here. Belbin at third, DeLeon at first. First delivery to Hutchinson, called strike 1. Top of the order, Andron on deck. 2 at-bats in that first inning. Neither of them will go in the stat book as an at-bat. Both walks. He scored twice.
Carson, we may be here till 11 o'clock tonight. Not that I wouldn't enjoy it being up here, but
Hopefully, Larks need 2 more runs and 5 more innings to run rule the Cougars and go home early.
As Alex Scratchen's famous quote, "Let's do it in 7." I hope we can get 10 runs by the 7th inning.
We only need 2 more, and we have a runner in scoring position with only 1 away.
I got another question for you, Carson. Who is your favorite player to watch on the Larks?
Well, I think the obvious choice, there's this shortstop that has one of the best gloves in the league. His name's Jimmy DeLeon, I think. But also Matt Cavanaugh. He's fun to watch on defensively, and I love watching Brooke Brayton on the mound. Perfect ERA through 2 innings, and he's undefeated.
just on the mound.
No comment. 1-2. Here's a scoreboard. Hutchinson sends this one high over the left side. Sheeran goes over in foul territory. Belbin tags up. He's headed home, and the throw's cut off by Gordon. It's a 9-0 ball game. Palmer's second RBI in just 2 innings in his first game in Summer League play.
2 good at bats.
So now it's just Daly on at first, and Andron up to the plate now. Austin gets set. He'll deliver from the rubber. Andron calls time. Andron's mother, grandfather, grandmother, and sister all coming from Louisiana last night to watch him play against the A's and Dodge here tonight at Larks Park, their first game in downtown Hays, Kansas.
Glad they can make it safe. It's a haul from those southeast states. I know. I think I'm gonna head home Monday to rehab my hamstring in Tuscaloosa, and I have a 14-hour drive ahead of me. So I know they probably struggled on the way here, getting here, but glad they made it safe.
0-1 is the count on Andron. You had family travel up from Alabama to come and watch you at Larks Park. How'd it feel to have your family supporting you from halfway across the nation?
Oh, it was awesome. They were here for a whole week. They took their summer vacation to come to Hays, Kansas, and I'm glad they did. I know they had an awesome time here. They had a fun time in the games, interacting with everybody. It's a fun family atmosphere here, and they really enjoyed it.
1-1 with 2 away. Andron throws right-handed, bats left-handed. He awaits his delivery from the righty Austin. It runs way inside. It's 2-1. Now, if you have any questions for Brooke Brandon or Mr. Matt Kavanaugh, make sure and drop them in the comment section below. Help us fill the air here on this broadcast. Two and one. The delivery misses outside. It's a hitter's count for Andrew, his third at bat. Here in this game, there's 2 away in the bottom of the second. Our celebrity ticket sellers tonight: Trevor Munch, Michael Gilliland, and Ryan Reuter.
All 3 lefty pitchers. You know what they say about lefty pitchers?
What do they say, Brooke?
I don't really know. Sometimes they're weird, but I love them.
3-1, and Andron gets strike 2. It's a full count now. Payoff pitch is sent over the left side. A pop-up Gordon Sheeran Mojica all racing to it. Mojica calls him off, and he makes the catch for out number 3. We're going to head to the top of the third here on Larks Network. Larks leading the Cougars 9-0. Top of the third we go here on the mound. Still is Nash Neff. No hits through his first 2 innings of work. Has struck out 4. This is Carson Ackerman on the call. I'm joined by Larks players Brooke Brandon, Matt Kavanaugh, and you're tuned into Larks Network. Leading it off is the 8-hole Hunter Reinders.
Well, Matt, our first question has arrived.
Finally, we've been waiting.
Abby A. asked us, do we know all the lyrics to the Hays Larks song? Well, considering every day I hear it about 4 to 5 times, it's pretty much stuck in my head for the rest of my life. I would say Matt would probably have to agree with that.
Yeah, I have dreams about that song.
Absolutely, every night.
This one's hitting to left center. Andron in. Armstrong race for it. It's off against a 349 marker off of a hop. Lead off base runner. He's in scoring position. Now it's the 9-hole Angel Mojica.
Now batting the shortstop, number 10, Angel Mojica.
If my life was on the line and someone asked me to sing the lyrics to a song that I knew every lyric to, There's only one song that I would go to, and that would be the Hays Larks song.
Well said.
Mine would be Fireworks by Katy Perry.
That's very fitting.
Carson, do you have a certain song?
Well, first, it's 0-1 on Angel Mojica. I'd probably go Basketball by Mr. Curtis Blow, or if you're too young for that, Bow Wow.
Bow Wow.
Throwing back to NBA 2K12. I see you, Carson.
Yes, sir. I'm a cultured man. 1-1 with nobody out. Make sure you keep asking those questions here in the YouTube comments section. We love answering them and having a good time on the broadcast.
Keep them rolling.
Is this the most fun you've had on a broadcast this year, Carson?
Oh, by far.
That's the answer we were looking for.
Neff, he'll deliver the 1-1 to Mojica, the shortstop, who pops it over the right side. Sutherland takes a few steps in and makes Reinders retreat to second base. There's one away.
Now batting the left fielder, number 17, Frankie Sheeran.
Now there is one away with the runner in scoring position. Neff will deliver.
If you look in the comment section on our live video, go ahead with this call, Carson.
Justin Lee makes the catch a couple steps into the grass. Back to you, Brooke.
All right, thanks. You can see there's a comment with my name. It seems as if someone has logged or hacked into my account and asked a question. That question is, can you sing a song you know every lyric to? Well, Carson just told me I'm not allowed to, so.
I did not say that, and I think myself and the fans would love to hear the voice of Brooke Brannon.
And Matt Cavanaugh would love to hear it too.
Well, we might lose some streamers because it might be pretty bad.
So now to the two-hole, Blake Bean, the center fielder, 0-4 on the day with a strikeout.
Yeah, you're probably right, Brooke. No one really wants to hear that.
As another question rolls in.
This one's from Dennis Dale. It says, Matt, when do you think you'll be off the DL?
I'm hoping once we get back to Dodge. I know those games are going to be the most important, and hopefully my back starts feeling a lot better.
0-2 now to Bean. Bean from Farmington Hills, Michigan, played at Kalamazoo College in Michigan. 0-2 Neff on the rubber still. He delivers this one, a fastball that misses low, 1-2.
Pretty impressive with Nash get out of this after a leadoff double.
Has allowed one hit through 2 2/3. Only 2 base runners. He's 1 strike away from sending us to the bottom of the 3rd. Runner takes off. This one's popped way out of play. I'll reset, go 1-2 again. One-two delivery, Neff. The righty, he'll go from the stretch with 2 away, runner at second base. This one misses high, 2-2. Two and two with 2 away. It's Reinders at second base. Neff on the rubber. He'll fire this one in. It's going to be a fastball, a swing and a miss. Strikeout number 5 on the day for Neff. We're going to head to the bottom of the 3rd here on Larks Network. Larks lead at 9-0.
Designated hitter, number 16, Wyatt Divis.
Bottom of the third we go here on Larks Network. Leading off is the DH, Wyatt Divis. You heard Matt Cavanaugh bring him up to the plate. This is Carson.
Go ahead.
This is Carson Ackerman on the call. I'm joined by Larks players Brooke Brannon and Matt Cavanaugh. Divis sends this one to left field. Sharon makes the catch for out number 1.
You're his bad luck charm.
I guess so. I'll never be doing that again.
Sounded pretty good though.
Well, what can you expect from me?
One away with nobody on now to Justin Lee.
I'm an expert in the broadcasting booth. Ain't that right, Carson?
Sure.
No response means good.
Yes. One of the best I've ever seen. Some say
Bird.
on the rubber or on the field, he's a Derek Jeter, but in the booth, he's Bob Costas.
Oh. Feel more like Vince Scully.
Huh? Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah. 0-1 now to lead the 3-hole, a single and a walk. He had 2 at-bats in the first inning. 0-2 reads the scoreboard here from Larks Park.
Applebee's might not be open by the time this game's over.
How late does Applebee's stay open?
0-2 with 1 away.
IHOP might be closed even though they're 24 hours.
You're not lying about that one.
We're just here in the bottom of the third. We're over an hour into this one. There's only 1 out. And Justin Lee's going to be sat down on strikes for out number 2. So now Mikey Gangwish at the plate now. Reached on an error in a walk. There's nobody on base with 2 out. Matt, what do you want from him here?
Just a hard hit ball somewhere is what Mikey's looking for. I know that.
I know you wish you could say grand slam, but unfortunately,
Nobody's on base. Hard to hit a grand slam with nobody on base. Isn't that right, bro?
I mean, yeah.
He hits from the left-hander's side, leads the team in walks. All right, we got 2 more questions as Gangwish gets a base hit with 2 away. So this one is from Mr. Andron of My Time Sports, Drake's father. Do you guys have any pregame rituals or superstitions?
Ooh. I'll take this one. You can take the next one. This summer, since I got to Hays,
Ceramis Snowball?
for a home game, new tradition is I get a snowball. I don't really know if it's helped me play better or worse, but they are spectacular. So shout out to my host family, the Linda Myers, for introducing me. I know I'm leaving y'all, but I do not want to. And thank y'all for everything.
And then our second question, this one's from Marie Rodriguez. It says, question for Matt Cav, how is it living with my nephew, Wyatt Divis?
Ooh, Wyatt. I got to deal with him for a whole year. I love him, though. He's a great guy. I've had a lot of fun with him. He usually just sits down and plays Fortnite downstairs, so he's not much of a bother to anybody.
And Sutherland grounds out in the bottom of the third. We're going to head to the top of the fourth here on Larks Network. Larks leading at 9-0.
We love these questions.
Top of the fourth we go here on Larks Network. Nash Neff back on the bump. This is Carson Ackerman on the call, joined by Larks players Brooke Brandon and Matt Kavanaugh. And we got ourselves another question. This one, my favorite one so far, is from Do You Know DeWay? And I see you're a person of culture with the Lonzo Ball profile picture in a Pelicans uniform joining Zion this fall. But this question for Brooke Brandon and Matt Kavanaugh, who would most likely win a home run derby? From the Larks roster, who you got?
Well, from my BP experiences, I would say Jared Belbin, because he's got a sweet lofty stroke, hits for power, and in BP he usually can hit a ball out whenever he wants to. So I probably know who Matt's going to pick, but I'm not going to say.
He's 0-1 on the leadoff hitter, Jackson Gordon.
I would pick Michael Wong. Shout out Michael Wong. Miss you, buddy. But he's obviously not here anymore, not on the roster. He doesn't count. So my pick would be Alex Scratchin. Was that who you're thinking, Brooke?
I was actually thinking you would probably go with Mikey Gainwish, honestly. Carson?
Mikey has over 40 home runs in his time at the Colorado School of Mines. But my pick is a guy who hit one in his time at William Baptist. I think the knuckleballer Rustin Hays is going to take the title.
It's bold right there.
I've seen his BP, and let's just say it's not as good as his knuckleball.
But in seriousness, I think Strachan was a good pick. But now it's 2-2.
Thank you for agreeing.
And it's a strikeout for Nash Neff, his 6th of the game through 4 and a third.
I love Alex to death, and I play college ball with Alex, and hit BP with him a lot, actually. And he's more of a line drive, gap to gap kind of guy in BP, and it's a lot of line drives in games. So I'd not say Alex because of that reason right there. I think maybe he would have a chance. Maybe he can get some loft on the ball if he took a couple rounds before he actually went into a home run derby. But that's why I'd not pick him, because I've seen plenty, and I think he is more of a line drive hitter.
It's 0-2 now to Carter Pennington, the first baseman. Pennington from Littleton, Colorado, played at Napa Valley Community College in California. And it's a back-to-back strikeouts from Nash Neff. He's dealing here. There's 2 away with nobody on for the 5-hole, Jacob Leifer. What do you guys think of Neff so far?
I think he's put on a clinic tonight. Throwing strikes, locating balls. His off-speed is looking dirty and looking filthy. And he's having a night so far, Matt.
Yeah, we said from the beginning, if he just throws strikes, he's going to be dominant, and obviously he's been doing just that.
And he gets Leifer to pop this one over the right side. Lee, Belbin, and Sutherland goes to it. Lee ends up making the catch over behind first base, way back in right field. And we'll head to the bottom of the 4th here on Larks Network. Larks leading the Cougars 9-0.
26, Jared.
Bottom of the fourth we go. Leading it off is Jared Belbin. Larks fans, make sure to keep those questions coming. We love answering them. Brooke, you like answering them?
I love answering them. Makes my day up here.
We're having a lot of fun on this broadcast. The Larks are having a lot of success on the field. They're up 9-0 early.
Sounds like a perfect night to me.
Well said.
You know what they say, when you're having fun in the broadcast, you're having fun on the field.
I've heard that one before.
I haven't.
Larks fans, make sure you subscribe on YouTube. Turn on post notifications, get notified every time we go live for every single game. Once you subscribe on YouTube, help us reach our goal of 1,000 subscribers. Once we do, we'll be able to broadcast these games directly from the Larks website on the homepage due to YouTube's policy.
Looks like we got a new arm.
As Belvin hits this one to right field, Leifer loses it for a second, goes to his left, makes the catch for out number 1. New pitcher is Michael Verley from Centennial, Colorado, and Marshallton Community College in Iowa. There's one away.
Matt, who do you think has the best walk-up song?
Jimmy DeLeon.
Best walk-up song is me, but if I had to go with somebody else, I like Max McGuire's
Tootsie
It's a good
Roll?
song. Yeah, you got Tootsie Roll.
Matt, what is yours?
Overdue by Travis Scott.
And Brooke, yours?
Mine is it's called My Life Be Like, and it's by The Grits.
Would you like to sing a little bit of it?
What is your life like?
Is it like ooh wah?
Ooh, ah. Just how this song goes.
So now to Jace Armstrong, who's walking up to Hey Julie by Super Duper Kyle and Lil Yachty.
It's a pretty good choice. Whatever makes you feel comfortable in the box and get you amped up, ready to hit. You know, that's what it's all about. Get the fans involved. It's a struggle to find a walk-up song, but once you find that one, it's on.
So back to the question, who do you think has the best one? Mr. Brooke Brandon Kavanaugh answered it. Now to you.
Oh, well. You know, I'm a big fan of Jimmy's. I've recently started listening to some Latin and some Espanol music, and it's kind of got me in the groove lately.
You two were bumping to it when he was walking up. I think one of the most underrated ones is Drake Andron shouting out Louisiana and his. But when it comes down to it, the one that gets me pumped is, like you said, De Leon. Good one to bounce around to, get hyped.
Glad you agree.
1 and 2. With 2 away, the delivery to Jace Armstrong misses. It's 1 and 2. All right, we got another question from Abby A. Thank you for being in the chat, Abby A. We love answering questions. Who's your favorite current Major League player?
I'm a big Braves fan, and recently, last year, Ronald Acuna Jr., Rookie of the Year, and this year is having a great year. Recently was in the Home Run Derby, for some who may not know, and made it to the semis. And he's just a young talent, loves to play the game, and he's just a joy to watch.
Well, and we'll
I'll
get
tell
Matt.
you after this.
We'll get Matt's answer in the 5th inning as Jace goes down on strikes for the second time tonight. You're tuning in to Larks Network. Larks lead it 9-0. top of the 5th we go here on Larks Network. This is Carson Ackerman on the call. I'm joined by Larks player Brooke Brandon. How's it going, Brooke?
It's going good, just like the whole game. You know, we're having fun up here.
And Matt Kavanaugh.
This one's popped over to the left side. Jimmy DeLeon calls off. Armstrong makes the catch for out number 1. So our last question was, who's your favorite MLB player? Kavanaugh, you didn't get to answer it.
I'm a big Carlos Correa fan. Bunch of good shortstops in the league. Young, Javi Baez, he's another one. Corey Seager. They all just play the game with great passion, and I just love that.
So now to number 4, Darren Wood, the catcher. 1 away, nobody on. Neff still in the bump. He delivers this one high, 1-0. We got ourselves a couple more questions. Who's your favorite country music star, female, and why?
That's my girlfriend. Hey, Kelsey. I would have to say Carrie Underwood. I had a crush on her growing up, and really still do, honestly. She makes some bangers, some good country music. So,
I know she's not really country anymore, but she still counts. It's my girl T Swift.
That's what I was gonna say.
Yeah, best country artist in America, even ahead of guys.
Luke Combs is up there.
Now batting for the Cougars, the second baseman, number 2, Hunter Reitner.
Luke Combs, your favorite guy, country artist?
I would say so, probably. Who's yours?
I'll go with Thomas Rhett.
As me and Matt are taking over the broadcast, as Carson is struggling with the computer.
Story of my summer.
It's more the Matt and Brooks commentating featuring Carson Ackerman.
1-0 on Hunter Reinders. And there's 2 away. Mr. Matthew Kavanaugh running the scoreboard.
So that sounds a lot better, but I think it needs to be Brooke and Matt, and not Matt and Brooke.
I think I'm older than you.
Maybe.
So we were talking about favorite female country star. And speaking of music, Brooke, you've been challenged by multiple people to sing the Larks song live on air, whether they're in the stands or sitting next to you in the booth. Are you going to hear that tonight?
Like I said, we might lose some streamers and some subscribers, honestly, because that video will forever be on the YouTube, and I just don't think it's going to happen, guys. I know it's probably wanting to happen, but it's just I just don't have a very good voice, and y'all would not enjoy it.
2-1 misses. It's a hitter's count.
But I tell you what, someone in this booth does have a good voice, and he's sitting to the left of me.
Carson.
That's his right, bud.
Carson has the better voice than me, though, for sure. Yeah, he's a natural up here, especially for just being featured in this. Perfect broadcaster voice.
Reinders pops this one up over to the right side, and Bell was going to call up Justin Lee, makes the catch behind the first base bag. We're going to head to the bottom of the 5th here on Larks Network. Larks leading it 9-0. bottom of the 5th we go. Leading it off is number 12, Palmer Hutchinson. So we got another question. We love answering them. Keep bringing them in. And it's from My Time Sports, Mr. Angeron, putting you all on the spot. Who's your favorite Larks coach?
Well, I'm not really good at answering these because I'm not really much of a favorite guy, but my favorite head coach would be Leo. My favorite entertainer would be Sedbrook. My favorite BP thrower would be Harp. And my favorite, really, teacher, when I come back in the dugout, he tells me what I do wrong and explains what went wrong with my bat is Murph. So really, all of them. Matt?
Yeah, they're all good head coaches and assistant coaches. If I had to pick one, since Brooke couldn't do so, I'd probably go Seti. He brings the life of the party every day, always happy, sometimes even getting ejected. And that's always something fun to watch when you got a coach that will do that for you.
It's 1-2 against Hutchinson. We're at Larks Park Reeds. We're about an hour and a half into this one. Here in the bottom of the 5th.
As we need one more run to go home in 7.
And it's a strikeout for Hutchinson. So now to the top of the order, Drake Angeron.
Now batting for the Larks, the center fielder, number 1, Drake Angeron.
So now Angeron steps up to the box. He walked twice in the first inning and scored both times. Angeron has a lot of speed. What's your opinion on him, Brooke?
He has a lot of speed.
Thanks.
Great defender. Tracks some balls down. Pieces some balls really up the middle and through that 4-hole through the right side. I know a lot of his hits come through there. Can bunt the ball really well. Really an overall great leadoff guy. I know he's going to do well at Fort Hays. And yep.
Well, we got another question, another fun one that we love answering from Abby A. Again, thank you so much. It says, what Larks player would win a hot dog eating contest? Well, before you guys get to it, I'm putting all my money on Alex Strachan. He said he won a hot dog eating contest in 4th grade, so there's my money.
I'll let Matt go first.
Kind of on the team, kind of not. Our manager, I'm going with Bryce. I think he could take some hot dogs. I know I think it would be Bryce.
I'm going off a limb here, and I'm saying Coach Sedbrook. So, yeah.
I would actually like to change my answer to George Sutherland.
Wow.
Man eats like nobody I've ever seen, ordering 2 meals, a lot of pizza, but keeps his weight where it's at, and he's having a lot of success this season. Angeron strikes out.
Oh, yeah. After a game in Liberal, I believe, I know we went to Brahms, is I think what it's called. We don't have those in Alabama, so I'm not sure. But we went, and George sat at my table. George ended up getting three combo cheeseburgers or something like that, and it was like a total of like 4,000 calories, and he absolutely went ham on that food. And I am considering changing my answer to George because I did not think about that, but I think I'm going to stick with Sedbrook.
Yeah, good. You already stuck with one answer. You cannot change. That's the rules of broadcasting.
1-0 on Wyatt Divis, the designated hitter. 2 away. Nobody on. This delivery to him misses low, 2-0. And we have yet another question. Thank you, guys. We love answering them yet again. Who inspired you guys to play the game of baseball? This one's from Will Lindenberger.
Matt?
My dad. He played baseball throughout his whole life. Played in college. He was my coach for pretty much my whole childhood, and pretty much taught me the game. And he's been my biggest role model for baseball.
I'm not really sure. I know growing up, my dad had a lot to do with it. He taught me the way. He pushed me. He made me work hard to be where I'm at today. But I honestly think it was just a lot of people, they pushed me into it. And, well, they didn't really push me into it. They pushed me to do well in it. And ever since T-ball, I've loved the game. And I think it's just sometimes self-motivation. But I would probably my parents is probably what got me into the game.
So now to Justin Lee after a 4-pitch walk to Wyatt Divis. Justin Lee has 2 RBIs already. One and 0. We got another question. This one from head coach Frank Leo's wife, Barb Leo. Who would win in a Larks dance contest?
Alex Stratton's been on the board a lot today. I've seen him with some dance moves, but I feel like Nash Neff can get down and dirty. He's got a little crazy side to him, and I definitely think he could probably get down.
I'm going to go off on a limb right here. I'm going to say Christian Piercy. I feel like he could be one of those guys that just gets after it on the dance floor.
Carson, I know you're probably thinking yourself, but
I am thinking Larks pitching coach Keith Harper.
wow.
I can see him busting out the moves at any given time. It's 1-0 on the cleanup hitter, Mikey Gangwish.
Well, considering after I see him throw BP and how dead he is, I don't think he would last very long.
It's not about the stamina, it's about the talent, Brooke.
You're right. But yes, I could definitely see him getting down for just a little bit of time.
I could also see, being a goofy guy, Rustin Hays performing well in a dance contest as well.
Absolutely. That long, lurky body, I feel like he can break dance a little.
2-0 on the Albuquerque, New Mexico native. And it's 3-0. Larks scored 8 in the first, 1 in the second, and since then been scoreless. Nash Neff has held the Cougars scoreless through the first 5 innings. There's runners at first and second for Gangwish. He takes this one all the way. And I'm going to say it's a balk. 3-0 as Justin Lee advances to second base and Divis goes to third. Gangwish shared some words with the catcher Wood. And he's going to have a 4-pitch walk, and the bases are loaded. Gangwish adding to his walk total. He's walked once tonight, now twice. He leads the Larks in walks, adding to his total here. So now to George Sutherland, tonight's beverage batter.
I'm expecting a grand slam right here from George.
He's done it once, and there you heard Kavanaugh call it. There's 2 away, bases are loaded.
I think eventually you'll call it one day, buddy.
George has already done it once this week. That was on Tuesday against Dodge City, but he's going to ground out here to end the 5th inning. We're going to head to the top of the 6th here on Larks Network. Larks leading the Cougars.
One more run, boys. friends are gonna be there too. Nothing in the world I'd rather do. Grab a hot dog, burger, and a cold beer. Or hear me yelling out a big cheer. 'Cause whether they win or whether they lose, I'll be rooting for the Hays Larks. Hays Larks!
You're tuned in to the Larks Network.
Top of the sixth we go. Leading off is the bottom of the order, Angel Mohiga. Nash Neff dealing through the first five has held the Cougars scoreless and only allowed one hit. This is Carson Ackerman on the call, joined by Larks players Brooke Brandon and Matt Cavanaugh. You're tuned into Larks Network. You heard Brooke and Matt serenading the viewers to the theme song of the Larks, and I now owe both of them a snowball.
You know, I just couldn't resist. It was an absolutely amazing song written by a one-of-a-kind artist that I have no idea who is, but thank you for that.
Yeah, I think we did a pretty good job. I think we need to start like our own boy band or something.
I think we need to remake it, and they need to feature us next year. What do you say?
I agree. What should our name be?
Shoot. Way to put me on the spot.
I think the Matt and Brooks duet should be what it should be called.
Brooke and Matt's duet that I would probably go with, but
Mohiga has flown out in his first two at-bats now, and there's one away. We keep the questions rolling, and we appreciate this. Next one comes from Will Lindenberger, who's the funniest on the team.
That's hard.
Obvious answer is Alex Scratchin, but we're going to have to try to pick something else because he's been named too many times today.
Sharon shows a little flash over the left side that Palmer, Hutchinson, and Neff can't agree on. Base runner on with one away.
I'm going to go with Rustin Hayes. He's a big old goofball, more than he is funny. Just really goofy guy that everyone loves.
I'm going to have to go with Jimmy De Leon. Jimmy is one of my favorite guys. I learned some Spanish from him, and he tells me some jokes in Spanish, and it cracks me up all the time. Te amo, Jimmy.
What does that mean for the people that are uncultured?
I love you.
One away, 1-0 count to Blake Bean, the center fielder. Sharon reaching on first. All right, you ready for another question?
Absolutely.
This one's from Abby A. On a scale of 1 to 10, how envious are you of Mikey Gangwish's mustache?
Well, in school ball, I had a guy named Austin Brewster who had a mustache just about like his, and I'm pretty used to it by now. I know a lot of people are very envious of it. They might not approve. I know some people love it, but for me, I love it. and we started a trend going into the playoffs. We were all trying to grow mustaches, so I guess we're big mustache fans in Alabama.
But on a scale of 1 to 10 was the question, how envious are you of it?
I don't know, probably an 8. I think it's attractive.
Well, I've been trying to grow my mustache this whole summer, and it's not even close to what Mikey is, so I'm going all the way to the 10.
3-1 hitters count to Bean.
Carson, that facial hair seems to not be coming in very well. What do you have to say about it?
Well, thank you for noticing that I shaved today. And envious on 1 to 10, probably like -2.
Negative. Wow.
It was 1 to 10.
Yeah. Wouldn't make fun of me for not answering the question.
All right, Mr. I think there's a couple hundred people here, and there's 87.
That was in the stands. We did not count outside the stands, in which there were about 150.
There were about 12. But tonight, there is probably a couple hundred people at Larks Park, whether they're in the fan pavilion or in the stands. It's a great night for some baseball. It's cooled off. Wind has died down, and there's runners at first and second with 1 away. And Ganger's going to have a talk with his pitcher, Neff.
I would say a couple thousand, honestly.
So from a baseball's perspective, what do you think that mound visit was about between the pitcher and the catcher?
Well, did he walk the last guy? Sorry, I'm having too much fun up here. He did walk him? Okay, well, I think it was most definitely about filling up the zone. Don't worry about the runner at second too much, because he doesn't need to be worried about him at all. He needs to focus on finding the mitt. And I think that's really about it. Wasn't too long of a meeting.
Yeah, just trying to get his confidence back up. Mikey probably told him that walk doesn't mean much. Just get the batter. Don't play ball and you're out of the inning.
0-1 now on Jackson Gordon. Neff delivers to him. Gainwish checks over at being on first, not in time. Defensively, it's still the same arrangement the Larks started with from left to right field. It's Armstrong, Andron, Sutherland, Hutchinson in the hot corner, DeLeon at shortstop, Justin Lee in second, Belbin at first, Gainwish behind the dish, Nash Neff on the bump. No movement in the Larks pen, and none for Denver as well. 1-1. This one is called strike 2. Gordon on the day 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts.
Carson, I believe that is Alex Strachan in the pen again.
I do not believe it. He went out there, did throw a great inning against Wellington. Said he was a little sore the next day, but he has a nice 9-run cushion if he does come in relief of Neff. And it's a swing and a miss. Strikeout number 3 for Jackson Gordon, and Nash Neff has hat-tricked the third baseman.
Now batting for the Cougars, the first baseman, number 34, Carter Pennington.
So that is strikeout on the day for Neff.
Carson, what is your favorite moment of this year been for Larks baseball?
Well, finishing up my last thought, strikeout number 8 tonight, number 21 on the season for Neff. Favorite Larks moment this season? Right now, the dream team in the booth having a lot of fun.
Very good answer.
Yeah, it's really great being able to feature you today in the broadcast.
0-1 now on Carter Pennington.
Carson has just tried to mute us because apparently we were having too much fun up here.
0-2 with 2 away.
But isn't that what it's all about, just having fun?
And being
Buddies.
honest with the audience.
Absolutely.
Runners on first and second. Nash has composed himself. Neffster, as Coach Steve Sedbrook calls him, grounds this one over down the middle past the glove of DeLeon. Andron gets it in center, and it's going to be the first run of the ball game for the Cougars. And this one is past the glove of Gainwish, and they're going to get
being out at third, and we're now to the bottom of the sixth here on Larks Network. It's a 9-1 ball game. Bottom of the sixth we go. Leading off is Jared Belbin. Larks find themselves 1.5 games up against the BJ in the Jayhawk West Division, looking to win the division, get that automatic berth to the championship week of the NBC tournament. They are 25-7 overall. The first delivery to Belbin, low and outside, 1-0.
Yeah, I know our guys will probably like a week off. Haven't had a lot of off days this summer, but that's what you come to play. And so I know we're gonna work hard for that first place spot in the West. And as this ball has popped up, Carson, you want to take that?
Yeah, sure. Mojica gets under it a couple steps into the grass, makes the catch for out number one. One away to Jimmy DeLeon with your favorite walk-up song, Brooke.
Oh, absolutely. As Matt is dancing right beside me.
So now to Jimmy DeLeon, a walk and a single and a run scored. Coming to this one, it was out in the fourth. That was your first time he's been sat down. He's on a hot streak, looking to continue it here with the bases empty and one away. One and 0 to JDL.
I love the question that just
This
came
one
in.
becomes 1-1.
Carson, how do you keep your composure with those, quote, funny guys up there? Did we say that again? Funny, because it's all about funny games up here. How do you deal with this, man?
I struggle. You hear me laughing closing out the last inning. But I try to do my best to keep my composure. Just sometimes you got to realize it's Brooke Brandon. He's always going to make you laugh. So hold out that laugh into the next joke and focus on the game ahead. But I've struggled tonight. I've been giggling. So props to the two guys next to me, Matt Cavanaugh and Brooke Brandon, for doing it.
Anytime you want us back up here, we will gladly join you.
Well, we have a 4-game home stretch here. Both of you guys out with injuries, so you think the fans will see you back here in the booth in the near future?
Oh, absolutely. I have a couple more days left in Hays before I go home and start my rehabbing for my hamstring. But I know Matt's going to be here the rest of the summer. He's on the deal right now and will be out for probably about, a week?
Yeah.
So I'm sure he would love to join you back up here.
There is 2 away now to Jace Armstrong.
Right?
Yeah, maybe the first series against the next team will come up here, so I know everyone that's watching right now is going to want to come back and listen to us one more time.
You can catch it here Saturday night, Boulder Collegians Game 1. First pitch at 7 o'clock. De Leon advances to second base on a pass ball. It's Jeremiah Scott on the bump. Just got out of high school from Heritage High School in Littleton, Colorado. 1-0 to Jace Armstrong. 0 for 3 in the day, 2 strikeouts and a pop-up. Larks have an 8-run lead. It was cut down by 1 after a 9-run lead here in the top of this inning.
Oh, that's right.
2-0 now to Armstrong. Righty versus righty. He swings and misses at this one. It's 2-1. Larks need 2 more runs if they want to run rule the Cougars for the second time this season. They run ruled them in Game 1 of this season. Matt Cavanaugh went 4 for 4, take him to Wendy's. Had a solo shot for his first at-bat. Brooke Brandon was not yet with us as he was still in Alabama. We're glad to have them both with us. Wish them the best of luck in their recoveries. 3-1 hitters count for Armstrong.
I sure do wish I was here for that game to witness the greatness of Matt Cavanaugh, but
Well said. So we got another question. What's been your favorite thing about Hays this summer? And I think the correct answer is Carson Ackerman, but I'll let you guys figure it out for yourselves.
I'll let Matt go first on this one.
You know, it's been, as much as you say, broadcasting, it's just been amazing broadcasting with Brooke this year. I'm just kidding, Carson. I've had a blast up here, too, with you. And, I know we did a broadcast earlier. That was a lot of fun, too. But I've just had a lot of fun just playing and competing with these guys. Going to hotels with them. Me, Max, Wyatt, and Nash, we're known for making the mega bed where we combine the 2 hotel beds together. That's been a lot of fun, and we play this show up there together. Yeah, just traveling, being with the guys has just been awesome this year.
Absolutely. I know I'm going to go home, and these guys will forever be in my heart. They'll be brothers. Hays is a cool little town. There's a lot to do. Plenty of stuff to do, actually. A lot of good food, a lot of great people. I know the host families are awesome for taking care of us. And so it's been a lot of fun this year, this summer, and going to see what I can do to come back next summer. That's how much fun it's been.
So now to the bottom of the order, Palmer Hutchinson, 2 RBIs, a single, sacrifice fly, and a strikeout. He scored a run that was in that first inning when he drove in his first run of the season. Joining us for this 4-game stint at home, just graduated from Hays High. He's headed to Kansas City, Kansas to go join KCK Community College. 1-0. One and 0 delivery. Jeremiah Scott to Hutchinson. He sends this one a line drive over the left side, but it's going to be foul past that 322 marker in foul play. So we'll go 1-1 now to Hutch.
Carson, I have a question for you. And for Matt. What is y'all's favorite MLB stadium? Who wants to go first?
I'm a longtime Royals fan. I think Kauffman Stadium, the atmosphere there is just so friendly, welcoming, as Palmer pops up. Wood can't make a play on it. It'll be 1-2. But I always liked Miami Marlins. New one. Always want to go down and take a trip to Florida. Matt, what about you?
Well, I'm a big Rangers fan, so I obviously got to go with Globe Life Park in Texas. Great ballpark. I was there for the 2011 ALCS when they clinched to go to the World Series. Amazing moment for them as Nelson Cruz won MVP. Stud, even though he ruined the Rangers winning the World Series by dropping a pop-up. However, forever haunt me. But they're making a new stadium, an indoor, so it's a lot cooler, which will be probably pretty nice, and I'm excited to go there.
And Hutchinson grounds into a double play to end the 6th inning. We're going to head to the 7th inning here on Larks Network. 9-1. Top of the 7th we go. Nash Neff returning for his 7th inning of work. Run has scored on him. There was an error in that last inning when they scored. Before that, 5 scoreless innings, only allowing 1 hit. It's a 9-1 lead for the Larks against the Denver Cougars.
Number 19, Jacob Leeper.
So now to Jacob Leeper for the Cougars. The right fielder batting in the 5-hole. He was Neff's 4th strikeout victim in the 2nd inning. First delivery to him, he pops it up over to the right side. Belbin gives chase. It's out of play, 0-1. This is Carson Ackerman on the call. You're tuned into the Larks Network. I'm joined by Larks players Matt Cavanaugh and Brooke Brandon.
Why was Matt first this time?
Sorry, this is Carson Ackerman on the call featuring Brooke Brandon and Matt Cavanaugh. Swing and a foul tip back into the glove of Gangwish, 0-2. The 0-2 delivery from Neff is found over the right side. Pop up. Go delivery number 4 here. Neff looking to add another strikeout victim to his already total. Struck out 21 on the season, 8 of those tonight.
Well, we're going to score 2 the next inning, and the game will be over. So you don't have a whole lot of time left to ask us some questions, and which we love to answer. So please go ahead.
0-2 delivery, a swing and a miss. Another strikeout for Neff, number 22 on the season, number 9 tonight through 6 1/3. One away with nobody on to Brody Marino. It was Neff's first walk of the game. He's only walked 2 tonight, making this walk total 17. Over 2 hours into this one off the glove of Gangwish high, 1-0.
Yeah, the players were thinking about wearing these jerseys, the vest, with no undershirt. We were wondering what the fans think of that idea. I know the players would love it, but we want some fan input as well, if y'all would like that.
I know the Reds did it the other day, ended up getting beat, so I bet they won't do it again. But I know the Larks are hard to beat, and I think we could start a tradition here.
Flashing off the muscles. Here, Yasiel Puey looked intimidating for the Reds with those. I don't know about Kavanaugh, but not
Yeah, Brooke Brandon would probably be the Yasiel Puig of our team.
I wish.
Now batting the catcher, number 4, Darren.
Carson, would you be wearing one of the vests up here while you're broadcasting?
I don't know what else I'd be wearing, Matt. 2 away, nobody on. Now to Darren Wood, the catcher. Another question. How old were you when you started playing baseball?
Oh, wow. I know I probably started swinging a bat when I was probably 2 or 3 years old. I know you can't get into T-ball until, 5 or 6. So that's when I started playing. But I know ever since I picked up a bat, I knew it was going to be a sport. My first word was ball. So I know baseball was going to be it. So I'd probably say I started playing around 2 or 3 years old.
Yeah, I'd probably agree with that. Played other sports, football, basketball, but baseball has always been my passion.
2-1 now to Wood.
That question going shirtless and painting our numbers on the back, I would 100% agree with that. I know Wyatt Divis would be rocking his dad bod out there.
Well, absolutely. I know it'd be a joy for us players and the fans. They would get a kick out of it, and we'd look dang good out there.
As long as Coach Leo agrees, we will do it 100%. So try and get him to do it.
Carson, want to take that over right there?
This one's popped over the left side. Hutchinson makes the catch, a step into foul territory for out number 3. We're going to head to the 7th inning stretch here on Larks Network. Larks leading it 9-1. Bottom of the 7th we go. It's Drake Andron leading it off. This one is 0-1. Taking strike one. Andron at the plate, right-hander that bats left-handed. 2 walks in the first inning in his last 2 at-bats, both strikeouts. This one misses high, 1-1. We got another question. It's, what year will you guys be in college?
Matt?
I'm going to be a sophomore. Going strong.
I'll be a sophomore as well. Should be a fun year.
1-1 to Andron becomes 2-1. Matt going to UTA, Brooke going to Jacksonville State. 2-1 to the Louisiana native. Swinging and hits one line drive hard over the right side. It's going to be off the dirt. Warning track by the 8th Street Liquor sign, and it's a stand-up double for Drake Andron to start the bottom of the 7th. We were talking about run ruling needing 2 in this inning. Brooke, you feeling it here?
Can you please repeat that? The crowd was too loud.
You were talking about Larks getting 2 here to run rule the Cougars in 7 innings. You feeling it here with a leadoff runner in scoring position?
Oh, absolutely. As Strachan would say.
Larks in 7. Walk-off home run right here by Wyatt Divis.
I feel like that last one would have gone out of the stadium, but Matt Cav did not call it beforehand.
Yeah. You know what you could call a grand slam right here? Grand slam's a home run. I mean, you can call a home run right here. You just did. It might happen.
0 for 4 today. So it's not looking very pretty.
This one misses outside, 1-0. Divis, 3 walks tonight. Larks have scored 9 off of just 6 hits. 8 of those in the first inning, 1 in the second. Since then, the bullpen of the Cougars holding them where they're at. The 1-0 to Divis, outside, 2-0.
Carson said if we can get one comment, one question this half inning, that he will let me and Matt take over the next inning if we get out and do play-by-play, and he will take the inning off.
And look at that. Already a question that quick. They want you out, Carson.
I don't believe I ever said that. As this one's cranked over the left side, Divis. It's a walk.
Yes!
He did it. Kavanaugh called it. Matt Kavanaugh. It's an 11 to win.
To answer your question, I have called a home run.
It's an 11.
That is a crazy inning to the night.
11-1 victory for the Larks. A walk-off home run off the bat of Wyatt Divis. Larks advance to 26-7 overall. They're still first in the Jayhawk West Division, 15-1 in the South Central Division. Your final thoughts on this game, Brooke and Matt?
Well, that was about a perfect inning as it gets. As to tonight, I know we had a blast up here, and we'd definitely love to do it again.
Yeah, this was an awesome game. Nash pitched amazing. Hitters started off real hot in that first inning, and it just showed at the end of the game. Thank you, Carson, for having us, and we'll be joining you soon again. Fans come back when we are on the broadcast.
Absolutely. Thank you very much. We had a blast up here, Carson.
Glad to have you with us. You can catch Game 2 of the series tomorrow night. First pitch at 7 for Larks Network. This has been Carson Ackerman, Brooke Brandon, and Matt Kavanaugh. Thank you for tuning in, and good night.